All right, welcome back to the deep dive. You know, we love diving into the details, and today we've got a really interesting one for you. You brought us this incredible breakdown of a successful YouTube channel and how it really works behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Vanessa Lau.
Yeah. Vanessa Lau. She's great. She's got this whole process that she lays out, and it's all about what you do after you've already made your video.
Right, because most people, I think, just assume, okay, I hit upload, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. You're done.
Huh.
Kick back, relax, the views will come.
Yeah, to let the algorithm do its magic.
Yeah.
But she's really demonstrating that, no, there's so much more that you can do to kind of control your destiny on YouTube.
It's true. There are so many levers that you can pull, and
Yeah.
she's really good at like pointing those out and showing how to use them.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that a lot of people just don't think about, but it can make a big difference.
Okay, so let's go all the way back to the beginning. Even before you hit upload, Vanessa mentions this maybe seemingly small detail, but I found it really fascinating, which is the video file name.
Oh yeah.
So she's saying, make sure the video file name actually includes keywords, ideally matching the title or even just containing, relevant terms that are related to the video's topic.
It's all about giving those signals to YouTube, right? You're basically telling them what the video is about right from the start, even before their fancy algorithms have a chance to really dissect it.
Yeah, and she's not saying that, if you forget to do this, your video is doomed.
Right,
But she is really clear that is an extra layer of optimization.
right. It can't hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
why not take
Right.
every little advantage that you can get, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so you've got the video uploaded. What's next? Well, obviously the title and the thumbnail, right? I mean, these are huge.
Yeah, those are the things that people see first.
Yeah, that's your packaging. That's what's going to grab people's attention and hopefully get them to click.
Totally. That's what gets them in the doors. And she actually has other videos where she like goes deep on how to create good titles and thumbnails, so we won't go too crazy on that here.
Yeah, we'll link those in the show notes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and she also mentions that, these aren't set in stone.
Right, of course, of course.
You can go back and test those later if you need to. But then she jumps right into keywords.
Oh yeah, keywords are like the secret sauce in a way. They're how YouTube understands what your video's about.
Yeah, and this is where she really starts using AI to her advantage. Like, she'll take her entire video script, she'll copy and paste it into ChatGPT, and then she'll have ChatGPT generate a list of relevant keywords.
Ah, that's smart.
Yeah, right. And of course, YouTube has that 500-word limit for keywords, so you have to kind of be selective, but it's a really efficient way to kind of pull out those key terms that are really going to matter.
Yeah, and I love that she's using AI to help her with this. It just makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Your script is basically like the DNA of your video. It's got all the important stuff in there.
And then not only that, she'll take those keywords and then feed them right back into ChatGPT to generate the description. So the description of the video is already incorporating those same key terms that she wants YouTube to see.
So it's like the whole thing is just like super consistent, right?
Right.
The file name, the title, the keywords, the description, like it's all singing the same tune, and that just makes it so much clearer for YouTube to understand what your video is about and hopefully helps it get in front of the right people.
Absolutely. And one little tip that she uses, she's got upload defaults set up in her YouTube settings.
Upload defaults? What's that?
So she's got a template that she uses for like the standard elements that she includes in all of her descriptions. Things like, links to her social media and her website, affiliate links, all that kind of stuff. So she doesn't have to type those out every single time.
Oh, that's a good idea. That would save a ton of time. Yeah,
Yeah. It's all about being efficient, right?
for sure.
So we've got the file name, we've got the title, the thumbnail, the keywords, the description, all optimized, all using the same relevant terms, really helping YouTube to categorize that video. But the optimization train doesn't stop there.
Right, it's a long train.
Yeah. Next up, Vanessa is all about chapters.
Oh, chapters.
Chapters. So she uses this tool called TubeBuddy. She's got a discount code too. Vanessa's buddy, by the way, if you're interested.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
And but yeah, she uses TubeBuddy to kind of make it really easy to add those chapters in while she's reviewing her video.
So she's killing two birds with one stone, right? She's getting those chapters in, and she's also like refreshing her memory on the video.
And while she's doing that, she's actually thinking about, okay, where can I put in some video cards? So those little pop-ups that'll link to other related content.
Oh yeah, those can be super helpful, especially if you mention another video that the viewer might might want to check out.
Exactly. And then, of course, the end screen, those last few seconds of the video where you can prompt viewers to take certain actions.
Yeah, like subscribe or watch another video, all that.
And Vanessa is very specific about making sure that you're being super specific about the next video that you want people to watch. So, if the video that they just watched was about scripting YouTube videos, she's not just going to link to any random video.
Right.
She's going to try to find a video that's directly related, something like how to film a YouTube video, because those people have already demonstrated that they're interested in scripting, so filming is kind of the logical next step.
Yeah, it's all about like guiding them along, right? Kind of anticipating what their next question might be.
And the other thing she says is keep those end screens really focused. Like, don't overwhelm people with choices.
Yeah, just one or two things, like subscribe and watch this one other video.
Right. And then after end screens, it's all about playlists.
Playlists. I love a good playlist.
Yeah. Adding that new video to any relevant existing playlists, it helps you organize your content.
Right.
And it can also lead to a big boost in watch time.
Right, because then people are watching more videos. And you know what I love about playlists is that, when you're watching one video and it ends, another one just starts automatically, like, bam. And then I end up watching like 5 videos in a row. And I'm like, where did the time go?
Yeah, and she also has this really interesting pro tip that she talks about, which is customizing your YouTube channel homepage to feature certain playlists as like prominent sections.
Oh, so like when people land on your channel, they see your playlist right away.
Right. Yeah, so it's not just a random assortment of your latest videos. It's really kind of highlighting the core areas that you cover.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like you're giving people a guided tour of your channel, instead of just letting them wander around aimlessly.
Okay, now this list link hack that she talks about, I found this to be super clever.
List link hack? What's that?
Okay, so when you go to a playlist and you click on the play all link?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, if you look closely at that URL, there's this unique code in there that starts with a list.
Thin list. Okay.
What she's saying is that you can actually copy that code and then you can paste it onto the end of any other YouTube video URL.
Really?
And so what happens is that when someone clicks on that link, the video that you link to will play, but then the entire playlist queue will appear on the side, ready to autoplay the next video.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So like you could link to a video in your email newsletter, on the social media or wherever, and when people click on it, they don't just get that one video, they get like a whole curated experience.
Right. Yeah. And she even says that in theory, you could use this even when you're sharing videos from other creators.
Really? Oh, wow.
So you could share someone else's video, but then use that list link hack to make sure that the next thing that people see is one of your videos.
That's pretty genius. Okay, I'm definitely going to be using that.
All right, so we've got the video uploaded, it's optimized, it's in playlists, we're using this cool link hack. What's next? Well, Vanessa's all about engagement.
Engagement, right.
And she starts this right away with a pinned comment.
Oh, yeah, pinned comments. I always forget about those.
So she'll actually write and pin a comment, ideally, while the video is still unlisted, and she'll use that comment to either ask a question or provide a very specific call to action.
You're right, to get people talking. Right.
Right. Yeah, to get people talking and interacting in those first few hours after the video goes live.
Yeah, because I feel like, those first few hours are really important for like showing YouTube that your video is, worth showing to more people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The more engagement you get early on, the better, for the algorithm. And then she also utilizes that community tab. So she'll often repurpose a GIF from the video, and she'll write a short, eye-catching little blurb about the video. And she'll schedule that post to go live maybe like 15 minutes after the video itself goes live.
That's smart. So she's basically like double dipping, right? She's getting the word out in 2 different places on YouTube.
And then deep linking. This was something I hadn't really thought much about before. So she uses a tool called YT Open App. And what this does is it creates these special links that when they're clicked on a mobile device, they'll open your YouTube video directly in the YouTube app rather than in a web browser.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because, most people are on their phones these days, and it's just easier if you can get them straight into the app, instead of making them go through all these extra steps.
Exactly. And she'll even customize those smart links. Like she'll give them a name and she can change the title and the thumbnail and the description that appears when the link is shared.
Oh, that's cool.
And she'll combine that with the list link hack that we talked about before for, promoting playlists on mobile.
Right, so it's like a super powered link,
Right.
right?
And then where do those links go? Well, straight into her link in bio on Instagram.
Of course. Yeah.
She's using Squarespace's bio site, which is a free
It's both
tool.
space. Okay.
And then after all that, she gets into repurposing. So
Yeah.
taking that longer form content, creating shorter videos for Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts.
Repurposing is so important. It's like you've already put in all this work to make this amazing video. Why not get as much mileage out of it as you can, right?
And she's very deliberate about how she uses calls to action in those shorter videos and in their captions. She'll often prompt people to comment with a specific keyword, like YT secrets, for example. And if they do that, they'll get a link to the full video.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And she's using an automation tool called ManyChat to handle those direct message replies.
Oh, so it's all automated. Okay.
Yeah, so when someone comments with that keyword, ManyChat will automatically send them a direct message with a link to the full video.
That's clever. I mean, it saves so much time. You don't have to be sitting there like manually sending out links all day.
And she's got public replies set up too.
Public replies.
So when someone leaves that comment, ManyChat will automatically leave a public reply that says, hey, I just sent you a DM with the link.
Oh, that's a nice touch. It just makes it feel more personal, like you're actually paying attention.
Yeah. And then she gets into promoting on Instagram stories. And she has this like 3-story sequence that she uses, which is really effective.
Okay, a 3-story sequence. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Okay, so the first story is just a reshare of an engaging reel that she's already created.
Right, repurposing. Got it.
The second story will feature a photo of the video's thumbnail and the title, and of course that all-important deep link.
Right, so people can click straight through to YouTube.
And then the third story is actually a screen recording of her scrolling through the video itself. She'll add some music, she'll show off the chapters, and again, she'll include that deep link.
Oh, I like that. So it's like a little sneak peek, right? Like a trailer almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then after all that, it's all about engaging with the community, responding to comments, especially in those first 24 hours after the video goes live.
I feel like a lot of creators skip that part, They just they put the video out there and then they're like, okay, on to the next one.
Right. But Vanessa is she's really adamant about actually taking the time to respond to those comments and really kind of cultivate that sense of community.
Yeah, it shows that you care,
And she uses the comment filtering tools in YouTube analytics to help her manage that, especially when a video is doing really well and there's a lot of comments coming in.
That's a good tip. I didn't know about that.
And then she's got this strategy called mass scheduling shorts, which is basically, for every long form video she makes, she'll create a bunch of shorter clips, derived from that main content.
Right.
And then she'll schedule those to go out over time. And the key here is that she is always linking those shorts back to the original long-form video using that related video option in YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's like you're using those shorts to drive people back to the main video. It all connects.
Right. It's a cycle. And then finally, after a few days have passed, she'll go back and she'll actually evaluate the video's performance. So she's looking at views, click-through rate, average view duration.
So she's like checking the stats, making sure everything's working as it should.
Exactly. And if a video's underperforming, she'll consider A/B testing the title or the thumbnail. And she mentions TubeBuddy again here for more advanced A/B testing capabilities, including being able to test different titles.
TubeBuddy's pretty great, it sounds like.
Yeah. But you can also do some basic A/B testing within YouTube Studio.
Okay, cool. And so with A/B testing, I guess the idea is that you're basically running 2 different versions of something, like 2 different titles or 2 different thumbnails.
Right. But you want to make sure that you're only changing one thing at a time.
Right, of course.
So you can actually isolate what's making the difference.
It makes sense.
And she walks through an example of setting up a title AD test in TubeBuddy. She's using ChatGPT to brainstorm different title ideas.
Oh, that's smart, using AI again. I like it.
Yeah. And, she'll focus on different angles, like, titles that include how-to, or titles that are specifically appealing to beginners, or even titles that kind of like hint at insider secrets.
Right. I've seen those, like the one secret that YouTube doesn't want you to know kind of thing.
Exactly.
It makes you want to click, even though it's probably just clickbait.
Well, and that's the thing, is that, you have to think about what's actually going to resonate with your audience.
Yeah.
And A/B testing is a great way to figure that out, because you're not just guessing, you're actually seeing what works.
Exactly. You're letting the data guide you.
And she also talks about how to choose a success metric, like click-through rate and how long to run the test for.
Yeah, because you don't want to just run it for like a day or two and then be like, oh, this one's better.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to give it enough time to get some statistically significant data.
Makes sense. And so then once the test is done, you look at the results and see which one performed better.
Exactly. And then you implement that winning title or thumbnail, and hopefully you start seeing better results for your video.
So it's a constant process of like testing and tweaking and improving.
It's ongoing, yeah.
Never really ends, does it?
Wow, that's a lot. I mean, Vanessa clearly puts a lot of thought and effort into this entire process.
She does, yeah. And it's inspiring, to see how much she cares about her audience and how much she's willing to do to make sure that her videos are, actually reaching the people that they're intended for.
It's definitely not just about making a great video. It's about all the stuff that you do after the video is made to actually get it seen. And this is just one example. This is just one creator's process.
Mm.
But I think it's a great reminder that there's always more that you can do.
Right. You can always be testing, always be tweaking, always be trying to improve.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, with all these strategies that Vanessa's laid out, from the initial file name all the way to A/B testing titles and thumbnails weeks later, what's one action that you could take right now to re-examine your own content and maybe think about how you could boost its visibility?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have to think about that one.
Yeah, it's something to all of us to ponder. It's, no matter what kind of content you create, whether it's videos or blog posts or podcasts or whatever, there's always more that you can do to make sure that it's actually getting in front of the right people.
For sure.
All right, that's all for today's deep dive.